Welcome to Action Hour. What you see here is a Tennessee walking horse. Did you know that in order for it to perform that gait, it goes through incredible torture and pain? Today, I have with me Cameron Ring, who is a filmmaker, actor, filmmaker, co-producer of Awesome Gal, an award-winning film that has gone to Sundance. Let's watch this clip.
To get them to walk in an extremely exaggerated gait. And they apply chemicals to it. In our film, you see the applying of chemicals. There's several ways they do it. They'll shave the hoof down to the quick to where it bleeds, and then put 15-pound stacks on it and nail them in there. So basically, the idea is to get it to hurt to put the hoof down, and so they lift it up in something that it looks unnatural. They'll tell you it's beautiful, and they'll tell you don't need a sword to do it. But that's a veterinarian will say you have to inflict pain to achieve the biglet gait.
And that's the style where they're picking their hooves up slowly, their legs up slowly, and kind of over exaggerating as they walk.
Yes, it's over exaggerated. If you look at it, that's not how horses walk.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just blown away by this whole movie and what you've exposed here. I mean, it's incredible. The point that really got to me in this whole thing, well, so many did, but people don't know about this.
Yes, we
have no idea. So please, let's just start with explain what soaring is.
Okay, yeah, and honestly, I didn't, nor did my family know about soaring until we rescued Awesome Gal, and then we kind of, fell into that dark world. But and that's Awesome Gal right there, my sweet little baby, my sweet little 16-hand, 1,100-pound baby. But yeah, the soaring is an attempt to achieve what is called the biglet gait, which is a unique gait to Tennessee walking horses. And that biglet gait, the biglet gait, is a learned response to pain. No matter what you're told, there's no way for the horses to achieve that gait without at some point been sored in their career. Often it's constantly for performances. And soaring is the intentional infliction of pain. Like in that clip, you can put chemicals. You can put chemicals on the pasterns to burn the flesh, and they wrap it. It's called cooking it. That's their term. The people who do it, they call cooking it.
Oh my God!
You do what's called pressure shotting, where you shave the hook down to the quick. You can see in that bottom corner the X-ray, and then you put nails and things up in it, so it hurts to put the foot down. And the top corner too, where you see the blood on the hoof, that's pressure shotting. And those are all attempts to inflict pain on the horse so that it wants to lift that hoof up in a learned response to pain to get what's called the biglet gait. It's crazy.
It's so incredibly crazy. Now, there was a law in place. Why isn't the law being enforced? That is
it should be covered under the 1970 Horse Protection Act, but there are a lot of loopholes that will basically allow the sore horse trainers to get away with it. One loophole that they exploit is they self-inspect. So no, it's themselves policing themselves. So of course that doesn't work.
It's the fox and the chicken house syndrome that's all throughout many of these so-called animal stewards.
Stewards, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's a bill called the PAST Act, Prevent All Soaring Tactics, that is an attempt to close those loopholes. Through the incredible efforts of Marty Irby, it got passed the House, not last term, maybe 2 terms ago, maybe it was last term, got passed the House, died in the Senate. And it has been reintroduced by Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick as Senate bill, HR 3090. But it doesn't look like it's getting much traction right now, unfortunately. But hopefully, maybe we can change that. Maybe if everyone's done.
What can people do? What can people? We want to go into your movie, and this is a big part of what people can watch the movie, promote the movie, and this movie.
It's a short film, but what we're really trying to do is we have a feature-length script written by Frank Callow, who's an incredible writer. He also directed the short film. He's an incredibly artistic director. And what we would love to do is produce this feature-length film that tells Awesome Gal's story in its entirety and create a national outcry for what's going on, because Awesome Gal has quite the story to tell.
Yeah, let's watch a couple of clips from the
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, from the short film. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, I'm going to warn the audience. The first one, if you're sensitive, it's going to break your heart.
A little harsh, yeah.
Come here. Get around here. Come here. Get around here. Get around here. Get around here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come on over here. Come on, let's get this done. Come here. Get around here. Get around here. Get around here. Hey, come here. Come here. Get around here. Get around. Come here. Get around here. Get over. You get over here. Come here. Get back from me. Come here.
Of course, that clip is, first of all, when I was watching that, I was like, please don't go any further. I was just at the edge of my seat. See, that's right at the beginning. But you wrote this based on a story of a horse you and your mom rescued.
Correct.
Basically.
Yes.
Why don't
Yeah.
you give
So,
a little background, and we'll play another clip. And
okay.
go through all of
Yeah,
this.
I'd love to. Yeah. So the inspiration was from
movie short, by the way, folks.
yeah, it's a movie short, and hopefully we create the feature length. We get funding for the feature length soon. But so we all started because my mom retired, and she was in the military, so she traveled a lot and grew up with horses, but in her military career couldn't be around horses because she was traveling too much. So she retired and started volunteering at this rescue barn, and I started helping out too. And we noticed this horse that would shy in the corner of the stall anytime a human came around. Out in pasture, she was lively. There she is. She's so beautiful. She was lively. She's the alpha mare. She would be large and in charge out in the pasture, but around humans, she was terrified, except for this one woman named Sissy Lou, who she was an interesting story. She was a fusing there, and there's Shannon Stang playing Sissy Lou. Sissy Lou came from an abusive household and ran away, and the only work she could find, there's the real Sissy Lou with Awesome Gal. The only work she could find was, shoveling poop at this barn. And it's funny because she had a phobia of horses. But when she walked in, Awesome Gal would light up. You can kind of see it right there. Her ears would perk up, her eyes would light up. She'd get kind of goofy and excited. And through talking to Sissy Lou, we found out this incredible backstory about how both of them were horribly abused and then came together and helped each other heal. And there we are behind the scenes on the short film where I play a horrible abuser.
You gave me, like I was telling you, Jack Nicholson vibe from The Shining.
Thank you. Thank you. I had a blast, and Frank's a great director. He's a really good actor's director, so we were able to Shannon and me were really able to get into the roles. But we heard it started because we started talking to Sissy Lou and realizing there was this incredible story that they had together, and both of them had horrible abusive pasts, and Awesome Gal had this type of abuse that no one ever hears of, soaring. And so it was almost in passing. It was like, maybe it's my mom who was like, this probably should be a movie. And from there, the seed was planted and it started growing. I was an theater actor in New York, and I met there. I am getting makeup, my teeth yellowed, everything was great. Frank Callow, I met him. He's an incredible director, and he took to the story as well. And he wrote the feature-length script. And in order to promote it, he directed the short film, and we collaborated on writing that.
I'd love you to tell the story of how you met him.
Okay. We met at a bar in New York late night, and the real story was someone how did someone came up to me and was like, hey, you gotta go talk to that guy. And it's like a sports bar, so we're all in sports stuff, and he's like in a suit and tie in the corner, like the Don. And I went up to him, and I heard he was a good drinker, and I challenged him to to a chugging contest. And that's how we met. And then and he kind of liked my ballsiness, I guess. And then we bonded over that. And it turned out I was an actor. He's a great director. And from there, we embarked on this journey to make this movie and hopefully really change the world with passing the Past Act. Finally, I mean, it's been it's been reintroduced, I think, eight years in a row, and nothing. Something always happens, but maybe a film with a nationwide, release maybe would be the catalyst that brings this to the surface.
And I want to ask everyone watching to share this out. That's how you can help get this movie out there. Share this video, and we're on the streaming network also, so you can share out also Unchained TV. Let me show you the banner, and you can go there and watch it and share it out from there. This is going to be on Unchained TV. It's streaming on there right now as we speak. And I do want to give a warning. There will be some things we're going to be seeing and talking about that are very disturbing.
Yeah, there are some things on there on the website. I'm sure you will share it. There was a woman who snuck into a soaring barn with a hidden camera, and she got actual footage of soaring in progress. And so you can see what it's like. It's really tough, but I think it's important to.
Website right here. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Sorry, but that. There is actual footage of it, and you can see how sad it is, but it's happening as we speak. And if anything, it's getting larger because they took when the Past Act was passed the House and was defeated in the Senate, they took it as a win, and so now they're getting bold, and it's soaring is expanding.
I think I have a clip here of someone that actually was a soarer, if I'm not.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know if I have that clip or not. Darn it.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, send it to us.
He's the one that compares it to like fixing a car, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's eerie the way they look at this whole thing.
Yeah. And he even talked about how he was soaring and a hoof just fell off in his hand.
Oh my gosh.
So brutal. Yeah. So that's I'll send that. Remind me. I'll send you that interview. But this guy, I guess, kind of turned, and he was just like a mechanic talking about fixing a car. That's how they looked at it, and that's how casual they are about it.
That's just incredible. And this is growing, folks. We really need. This is critical.
Yeah. It's the smaller shows are gaining more attendance. They're expanding. So it's not something that, I guess, some people thought maybe it would just fade away, but it's not.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, you have, I'll play another.
It's unreal. It's surreal being here.
Yeah, well, and what an unreal story. I'm sure everyone who sees it is deeply affected by it. We have some photos, actually.
Oh, yeah?
The original awesome
The real
gal.
awesome
The
gal.
real awesome gal. They are up there right now. She is beautiful. She has blue eyes.
Look at those eyes,
that.
right?
Beautiful.
Get lost in them.
Bright blue eyes. Yes, we got lost in those photos. So beautiful.
Love,
yeah, I can see why you are so deeply indebted in this story.
Yeah, she's such a sweet horse. And that's the real Sissy and Awesome.
Okay, the real Sissy and the real Awesome. So where do you hope this film will go? What are your dreams for it? Dream big. You're here at Sundance.
My dream big is nationwide release that tells the story of this horse and shows the harshness of soaring, but the power of the human spirit and this connection that humans can have with horses, which is unlike anything. And I hope
it really is. I agree with that.
I hope. Yeah. You ride horses.
I know that. I know.
There's a bond between a horse and a human that you can't describe unless you really experience it. And so, and I want it eventually to expose the practice of soaring and end it too.
Wow.
And that's still the goal.
Yeah. This is so incredibly important. Let me see if I could bring up your website here. In fact, I'm sure I can. Let's just go ahead and show some, because what we want people to know is what they can do and how they can get involved to help out, to get this word out, because it's so important. Let me make it full screen. And I'm going to go over to the website and you can guide me around.
Okay. That's let's see, if you scroll down, there's the awards. So that's the awards. Just the short film has won. So I'm like, imagine what we could do with the feature length. But it's been a great run for the short film, and we are hoping to carry that on. And there's the trailer. There I am looking like Jack Nicholson.
Let's watch a little bit more of the trailer. We'll go a little bit deeper into it. I'm gonna
go forward to like the 1 minute mark.
1 minute?
Keep going. Try 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's not go too gruesome for him though, because we don't want to.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, the 2 minutes is there. That's
is good. Okay.
Yeah. So the horse escapes right there, and he got some of the acid on him in there. And then this is Sissy Lou's story. And then this is Sissy Lou, who came from an abusive household.
Is this true?
Yeah, she came from a very abusive household, and her and Awesome Gal found healing together, and so that's the story. But Sissy Lou escaped, so this is Sissy Lou escaping that household.
You leave us alone.
No, you ain't leaving these kids. Get me!
Run, Sissy, run!
Get back here!
So
there you go.
And then I go,
What's that?
And then she's running, and then you see the horse running, and they come together. And that was that drone shot. We had
beautiful,
pretty amazing drone shot.
I'm going to cut back to us for a moment and talk about a little bit more about it. We could go back and watch another.
Yeah, we can. Whatever you want to do.
I did want to fill in people that Awesome Gal, she went through incredible. Well, two things I want to say. I love in the film the way the horse somehow kicked him in the eye, and the ass in the eye, and then she was able to get her strength to hit him, get out. And there's that metaphor there. It's beautiful.
It's very powerful, and that is inspired by the Sissy Lou and Awesome Gal. They have such a unique bond. They have a deep inner strength that allowed them to escape their abuse and come together. And it's really the feature length script is really about healing and triumph, and we use that as a way to expose soaring as well and that dark underworld. So, but it's very powerful, and it's great to be a part of that. And I actually get to go love Awesome Gal. She's such a funny. After this, I'm actually going to go to the barn and spend some time with her. I still get to spend time.
Where are you located right now?
We are in Southwest Virginia, so in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And this is a credible story. So that's Awesome Gal with her daughter, Elegant Gal. And so the way we got Awesome Gal was that rescue barn that they were at actually shut down through financial issues, and we couldn't let Awesome Gal go. So we ended up adopting her and bringing her with us but we couldn't get her daughter. And so her daughter went away. She was well taken care of, but recently they came together and were reunited after 10 years. And so now they're together at the barn with a couple other amazing horses. And so it's a really sweet homecoming. And Elegant Gal, every time Awesome Gal walks by her stall, because Elegant Gal will whinny at her and they'll say hi. It's really sweet. So it's been quite a journey for all of them.
Each other after 10 years.
Yeah, they were reunited after 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was quite a story, so I get to spend time with Awesome Gal and her daughter, and then a couple others. We have a really fun little. Awesome Gal has she's a very protective horse, and she has taken to protecting this little. He's a mini. His name's Duncan, feisty little mini, and he's sweet. But some of the other horses there, kind of like to get too rough, rambunctious with him. And she will, I stopped. Yeah. And I've seen it. They'll be too rambunctious with him, and she'll come up and she'll just stand in between them and the other horses and protect him. And so she's taken him under her wing. It's really sweet, her still being the guardian. And another story you would appreciate, she will protect all animals. Apparently we let dogs come. It's a barn. So some people bring their dogs, and there was a deer in the pasture, and someone I know brought their dog, and he saw the deer, got out of the car and started sprinting at the deer, and the deer was running. And I've never seen Awesome Gal move this fast, but up over the hill, Awesome Gal comes charging, and she chases the dog out of the pasture to protect the deer all the way out of the pasture. And I've never seen her move that fast. Yeah. And so then her and the other horses and the deer continued grazing together in the pasture. Yeah, she's an incredible animal. I love her.
Well, we should go back to your website, and because we want people to know what they can do. Let's go back in here. Whoops, I dropped it. Okay, just keep talking for a minute.
I will. Yeah, the number one thing you can do is share this, because obviously we're trying to make the feature-length film. Share it with everyone. And the second thing you could do about the bill is raise awareness about the PAST Act, HR 3090. Is that what I said? By Brian Fitzpatrick. Letters help more than you think, especially in volume. So if a congressman gets a bunch of letters, they're more likely to respond to it. So here's how, to prevent all swearing tactics. The way it works is in Congress, they have, staffers that open the letters, and they actually keep a running tally. So if they get one letter for supporting the PAST Act, it's a tally. There's a whole software program that keeps track of how many letters they get about a certain issue or certain bill. So if you flood them and they start seeing, oh, now this PAST Act is getting, dozens or even hundreds of letters in support, the congressman will then look at that. So that's important to do it. It seems like it doesn't matter, but it does, especially in volume. If everyone can come out and do it, they will notice it, and it will make a difference.
Can we put some links up at the end of the broadcast? I already have your website.
Okay. Yeah, the website, a link to the bill.
Action. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can, we'll do that. Talk to me after. Definitely a link to the bill. And however, every congressman has their contact me form, and it's worth it to do it. And there's a stylized photo that trainer and that horse were really great together.
I have to ask, how did you, I know you didn't harm them, but how did you make them perform in the movie?
Well, we really didn't. If you notice, he's just walking in circles. I thought it looked pretty fake. So he's not even pulling on the rope right there. So you can really, what he's doing is shaking it to make it shaking the rope to make it look like he's pulling, but he's not. And just walking in the circle. If you watch it, the horse is just following him, and he's like shaking the rope, trying to make it look
you did an amazing
violent
job of bringing attention. The director.
Yeah, nothing. It's funny. Nothing actually happens. The horse is really walking in circles, and we tried to cut it so it looked more intense, and we even sped it up. So it's because he was going pretty slow in the circle, so we're trying to speed it up.
People can watch it on YouTube, correct?
Yes, it is on YouTube.
Watch the full trailer on YouTube. We'll put the link in for that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. And it was a good time, and I liked. It was a great experience. A great team. Whenever you make a film, everyone who's there kind of becomes like a family, because you're together pretty much 24/7 for the shooting of that. And so you become.
I am an actor too, and I've worked on films, so
Yeah,
I know.
so you know the bonding that happens. So I love that aspect of film. And then when you come together and you have that bonding, and then you're doing something that matters, that's even better. That's something. Yeah, and there's the whole crew. Yeah, Frank, great, fantastic director. Mom is owner of Awesome Gal, and she produced this. I was the actor.
I understand her drive. Her motive is very strong.
Yeah.
To get this out. This is so important to her.
Exactly. And then Shannon brought. She's an actress. We acted in New York together, and she brought Lou to life in a pretty amazing way. She actually flew in, I think, from LA to do that for us. So we really appreciate her efforts. And we stayed up in the mountains for 3 days and shot it, ate breakfast together.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it was a great time. And then Rick works with Frank. He's a co-writer, and he helped Frank write the feature length. And then Doug Sloan was the guy with the white horse, and his horses. He has a lot of horses, but he's a really good trainer, and he was willing to come do that, and he wanted the role. So he has that perfect look of the guy who's like, come on, let's get this done. In the very beginning, that's actually Doug Sloan. He has that but Frank was the one that was like, wow, we got to get him in. He has the perfect look. And so we were going to have an actor for that, but we didn't need to. Yeah, he's perfect. We were going to have cast someone to do that, but when Frank saw him, he's like, he's the villain. Let's have him do it.
And you were great as a villain. Although when I first met you, I saw you as a hero. Now I see you play
the villain. I'm both.
You could play both.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people think I'm both. But it took 2 hours of makeup. We had a great makeup. Joan Jones, she's great. And she, you even saw in that picture, she yellowed my teeth. She's yellowing. My teeth are actually yellow in that. And all that dirt and everything, that's all fake dirt. She put that shiny like sweat look. She had fake sweat to put on me. It was a great experience, but she's really talented.
Yeah, we've got some people commenting, and there's huge abuse in their country.
In Costa Rica, wow.
All over commenting on this, and of course we have one of our number one fans. Don't give the movie away. Okay. Well,
I won't. The feature length script, when we get it produced, whenever that happens, it has such an amazing ending. Frank, like I said, Frank wrote it. He came up with this genius ending, and it's very inspiring. And I won't give it away, not until you see it. Great ending.
Probably doesn't want us to give away the trailer either, so we won't.
No, the trailer's fine. It's public. You guys can all watch the trailer, share it with everyone, tell everyone what a great feature length it would be, and the trailer does not give the ending away. I promise.
That's good. No, I didn't think it would. So is there any place else on your website they, of course, can contact you here?
Let's contact us there. And if you want to reach out and help us, or if you want to ask any more questions about the PAST Act, feel free. We're pretty open, and we're trying to make this happen. And then, of course, like I said, definitely send an email to your congressman telling them, please, 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 co-sponsor the PAST Act. We got to get this passed. It's amazing it hasn't been already. It just shows the kind of resistance Washington has to change. We're dealing with that with the Veteran for Mustangs Act too. We talked about that earlier. Just the status quo has its own individual power by itself that it takes a lot to overcome, but it's not impossible. It takes a unification of effort and persistence.
Right. And this film can be such a great way to reach people that don't even, and I like in a way that you're using the story. You're not, it's about the redemption and the salvation of the two heroes of the story, the two protagonists, correct?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out how to remove
it's primarily a story of redemption.
Yeah. So let's play a clip. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Play another clip.
WDBJ7's Katie Brachetko has tonight's good news here at home.
In 1B, take 2. Action!
Cameras are rolling inside Skyline Staples in Radford. New York director Frank Callow is creating a trailer for the movie Awesome.
You have these two abused, one's an animal, one's the girl, and at the same time, by faith, they run away from that abuse, and they finally meet each other, and for some reason, they just started bonding.
Awesome is based on the real-life relationship of Chance's awesome gal and Cindy Flincham.
I had a lot of anxiety, panic attacks from childhood, from going to school, being picked on.
She was still struggling with her past when she met Awesome.
She just took me under her wing and found out about her past, and I think that's how we joined up. And she took care of me.
Wow.
Sweet story, right?
Rose again, right? You said she takes care of people.
Yeah, she does. She takes care of people, horses, deer. Apparently, I've never seen a horse do that. Chase a dog away from a deer. That's incredible.
That is incredible. I have another clip from the director we can watch.
They go through a healing process, and that's what the story's about. It's really, the backstory is the soaring. I don't want to concentrate too much on the abuse, but because it's a beautiful story about how they actually end up winning competitions without the soaring, and in major Tennessee walking competitions, which is a true story, by the way. Yeah. And it's a major factor, especially in the South. Some people are pro, some people are against it, some people swear that it's not happening, but it does happen. And I just want to make sure that it's a human condition story. And I think the healing process is very important to the story of what they both go through.
Yeah, it's true. And Frank brought up something important there. He said, some people support it, some people are against it, some people deny it happens. And that is true. I found more often than not, you run into just abject denial. One person tried to compare the stacks and chains. Oh, it's just like wearing a boot. I'm like, really? When you wear a boot, do you walk like that? Is that which? Come on. But there's just it's a shocking amount of denial.
Among us would say, well, demonstrate that for us by wearing a boot with that.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, yeah, you've worn boots. Do you walk like that? No. So don't tell me it's like a boot. But yeah, it's just shocking denial more than anything you run into.
Yeah, I mean, according to the veterinarians and who I've talked to, and Peggy Larson, by the way, was coming on today. We unfortunately could not get the technology to work for Peggy, but we're going to see if we can have her weigh in and bring her into the final clip. But anyway, she woke me up to it. I was appalled when I first heard about it. And I said, why? We were talking about rodeo. And of course, we know there's so much abuse in rodeos, in every single aspect, horseback riding, horse racing, and all sorts of things where horses are used in entertainment, but also in sports where the winning of the sport becomes, it seems, in every situation, and the capital gain becomes more important than the animal. And that's why many of us vegans are against using animals in entertainment in any way. But there is controversy about it, and we're not discussing that on this point. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. I just think it's so important for this message to get out. And what else do you want to say?
Well, I agree. I was going to say about the message getting out. There's a great quote, and I can't remember who said it, but he said, "Cinema, in its purest, there is no better art form than cinema at its finest." And I truly believe that. And I think film, cinema, whatever you want to call it, does have a power more than any other art form. And I just think that power is being either wasted or abused by people. And I want to be able to use this incredible art form to promote good things, positive change, make the world a better place. And so that's what really the goal is for Awesome Gal. That's what Frank's trying to do with it. And hopefully we can do something big with it. But like you saw with the short film, even that 6.5 minutes that we do it registers a powerful emotion, and nothing else can do that. But I think that kind of power should be used for good, and so that's what we're trying to do here.
Right. So use the power of film for good. And it is a powerful medium. Let's bring back up the website and go to let's play one more clip. We're almost out of time.
Let's do it.
Where am I? In the gallery? Get me there.
Yeah, you would go up. It's almost to the top. Keep going upwards.
Upwards.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that guy. That monster.
Where should we go?
Yeah, go all the way to you can do the resolution. So 3 minutes in.
3 minutes.
A little bit further. Keep going further. Sorry, 3.5 minutes.
You have this so memorized, but
there we go. I know. Yeah, you can do it here. You can see them coming together.
Hey. Whoa.
That's actually accurate. When you see the gloves on there, the people who do the storing actually put gloves on because the chemicals are too hot to touch. So that's accurate. That's how painful it is.
Oh.
That makeup, that was Joan Jones again. She did a great job. It's actually a lot of corn syrup. Fun fact. So we got it. You could it would be sweet.
Drink it. Don't give it all away, Campbell. We want people to know that the horse was not.
Yeah, it's and if anyone wants to do a good fake blood for Halloween, corn syrup and red food coloring. It's amazing.
Red food coloring.
Yep, corn syrup and red food coloring. Yeah.
Horrendous to do that to an animal. It's just unconscionable.
I know. Yeah. That's the story, and then they go on.
Beautiful.
Incredible drone shots, and want to give a big shout out to Jeannie Dudding, who allowed us to use this. This is all her land. She let us do it on her land, so we had these incredible shots. We're able to have the space we needed to tell this story. That house that we shot and this lake, it's all her lake. So she let us use this incredible scenery. So thank you, Jeannie. It wouldn't have been as good without you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, you guys can all watch the full length. I mean, the short film in its entirety on the website. Share it with anybody, and hopefully soon you'll see a feature length.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to pray for that. We're going to make sure that happens.
We're
going to not only pray, we're going to take action, and we're going to take action. Yes, absolutely. It was just, I love it. I think it's incredible film, and what you did and the way you did it, going from, dropping everything. You were a speechwriter in Washington, correct?
Yeah, I quit. I was a speechwriter and an intern. I was the guy that answered the phone. And then I just couldn't, there came a point, I don't know, I call it a midlife crisis, not midlife, but basically I got to the point where I was like, what do I really want to do? And I just couldn't go on anymore. It was like, you have a whole life to live, and didn't really want to spend it working for someone else or struggling for someone else. I would rather, why not go off and try to make your own way? There's, it's a wild and beautiful life. You gotta live it. And so I walked in one day and I told the congressman, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And he was really gracious. His name is Jeff Denham. He's out now, but he said, well, good luck, man. He shook my hand like he was the nicest about it. And
wow.
Yeah. And then I
hear that about
honestly,
politicians very often.
no, I know. Yeah, oh, he's great. And then I quit and I took the next bus to New York, and I left everything in Virginia, like my car, everything, and I got to New York and I bounced around. Couchsurfing.com. I survived on that for a whole summer until I found a place that was on 125th and Broadway with a bunch of us actors splitting a place. Len Nash, he's a great actor himself, and we became really good friends, but he needed a roommate and I needed a room. We had a couple other actors there, and so we lived the actor's life with we were right at 6th floor, right at the one train. So the one train would go right by our window all night. And we had a bodega downstairs with a cat and an Irish pub. And that was and I got into theater, and then I met Frank Callow, and here we are.
Wow, that's amazing. No, I was just saying that the description reminded me a little bit of the Blues Brothers movie where they were living in that place.
Yeah, it is true. We like when the true when I don't know how you put it. I don't want to say stereotypical, but when you think of the struggling actor in New York, we were living that. And so
what happened?
It was great. I'm glad. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It could be a grind at some time, but I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Well, hopefully this leads to more and more things for you.
I hope so. Yes. Thank you.
Acting roles, as well as, of course, it's really important that we help get this the past act.
Yeah.
And just talk about that before we close off. Explain to people that loophole again and how they're getting around it, so people know what to say when they write.
Yeah, when you essentially, soaring is legal because it was supposed to be outlawed in the 1970 Horse Protection Act. There are loopholes. One of them, the main one, is first of all, they don't count the stacks and chains that you see, those huge stacks. They say that's totally fine. And the other thing, they inspect themselves. So a big thing that the Past Act would do would require outside inspection from the USDA. Mm-hmm. So, and it would specifically outlaw the stacks and chains and all soaring. It's prevent all soaring tactics. So it explicitly puts it in law. You can't do that. So there's no game playing because they're playing games. So that's why it's important. And so really the call to action is you could be harsh. But be like, how the hell are we letting this happen in 2023 in America? Like, for once, do the right thing. Maybe don't say that, but that's what I feel like I want to say. But it's appalling. You can say it. I mean, say it. It's appalling that this is happening. How it from your heart, yeah. Yeah. So, I'll try to restrain myself. But what I really want to say is, like, get get your head out of your ass and do the right thing for once. That's what I really want to say.
People are getting more and more fed up with
because they don't care. Yeah, they don't have to react. Congress doesn't seem to care what the constituents think for the most, and they would like us to be divided. Like, we're most divided, pretty divided. But if you actually talk to people, most people are generally on the same page. But the division, the division benefits them because then they don't have to do anything. They can always be like, oh, the other guys are the bad guys. And then they can sit back and let the soaring happen and let the roundups happen and all the other terrible things.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful speaking with you, everyone. I encourage you to to go to YouTube and watch the trailer. Also go to the website. Let me put that up, and I will.
ChancesAwesomeGal.com. That's her full name. Her full name is Chances Awesome Gal. That's my baby. And I'm good. Right? Yes, and I'm gonna go after this. I'm gonna go to the barn, and I'll say hi to her. Say hi for you. Please I'll be like, I'll say Unchained TV says hi. Awesome.
It wouldn't be bad if you can send me a little video, video to add in when
okay, I can do that. Yeah, I will. I always tell her when I do things. I always give her updates.
Good.
And she listens. She's amazing. I love her. So
I mean, the one let's end on her picture here. She's so beautiful, and she has blue eyes. Did I get
bright blue eyes? I know they like pierce right through your soul.
One, maybe this one. There you
are. Oh, no, that's my baby. I love her, and she's so sweet, and very calming. And like I said, in the last interview we talked about was military, but when I was in the Army, National Guard, and when I came out, the healing, I found how powerful and healing horses are. And so she will, you know, if you're, you know, anxious or anything, she can sense it, and she'll put, I can always tell because she'll put her muzzle in my chest. And then I'll give her a kiss and all that, and we'll just hold each other for a little bit, and then she'll say, okay, I want to go get grass now. And she'll go. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, what a wonderful story, and thank you for you and your mom for rescuing her. That's just incredible.
She rescued me too, so it's a two-way street.
Yeah, she rescued you right back.
Yes.
So remember, folks, don't forget to download Unchained TV, where this video will be streaming, and you can share it out from there as well as from Facebook. Go to chancesawesomegirl.com, gal.com.
Gal.com, yeah.
Awesomegal.com, and support the movie. Write to your congressman, and Cameron, you come back with an update for us.
I will. Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on. Hang on for a moment when we go off.
I will.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
See you guys. Thank you guys for listening.